Good morning. It's pickup visa day. So the other day I dropped my visa off, had to wait a week, and today I'm off to pick it up. And I think you'll be a little bit surprised actually how you get it. You don't actually just get a stamp in your passport. Apparently you just get a little piece of paper that says, hey, I'm allowed to stay here for another month. But I'll bring you guys with me, we'll show you what it all is. So we're back in the dark and gloomy room, on our way down to get our visa extension. So we're inside, sign the ledger, wait to get my passport back.
Sir, are you?
Yeah.
Yes. Sir, okay.
Yep. Does my passport get stamped?
No, on the receipt. Only on the receipt. Don't stamp the passport or...
So only, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I tried to read online, you know,
So that's retired?
yes.
2 months, sir, extension.
Still looking
Yep.
for work.
8,003 and 6,800. For regular, this is express, okay?
Okay.
For 2 months.
Okay, I might do that. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
3,140.
Thanks, boss. So that's it. I'll give you guys an update when I get out of this hallway. Okay, so what do we get? We worked out that your passport doesn't get stamped, which to me is really, really weird. You just get a piece of paper. That's it. And it just says an official receipt, the date, what it cost me. So it was 2,030 pesos because I didn't do an express. I just waited a week. And just said visa valid till 23rd of March 2024, and that's just been highlighted. So yeah, very strange. So when you go to renew your visa, you'll drop your passport off, you'll pay your 2,000 or 3,000 if you want it express. You don't get a receipt there and then on the day. You are literally just leaving your passport there and well, I guess just crossing your fingers. But that's it. So that's the visa done, another month. Now the cost to come back in a month and get a renewal, if I was to go a 2 month this time, which is what I'm going to do, if I do another regular, you know, drop it off and wait a week, it's going to cost 6,800 pesos, and if I want to do an express, it'll cost 8,300 pesos. Now, I don't understand the math, but it seems they're charging an extra 1,000 per month now to stay that extra month. So your first bill, it was 2,000. The next one would be 6,800. So for 2 months. So break that down. So 3,400. So they're charging a bit over double to stay an extra month, or an extra 2 months. But if you break it down in a month. Anyway, neither here nor there. But now you know what to expect when you go to pick it up, or when you go to drop it off and then pick it up. All right. Okay. So we've done our passport this morning. Now let's talk other costs that you'll incur for the month. And I want to give you guys a realistic picture, I guess you can say, of what it actually is going to cost you to stay here. And I mean live here, not so much to come over for a staycation or a holiday or whatever, but to actually live here. So I'm going to put some figures up on this side here, so I'll move over a little bit so I can drop them in. Number one, accommodation. Okay, now I'm going to go through my budget or what it costs me to live here, so 10,000. All right, so and all this will be in pesos, and at the very end I'll tell you what it is in USD and AUD. So we've got accommodation, 10,000. Next, now unless you want to go and buy your own scooter, you can get a brand new scooter for 100,000, maybe 150,000 for like an M Max. I rent a scooter at the moment. I haven't gone out and bought one, so 6,200 for a scooter. Electricity. Now, on average, depending on what you're like with air conditioning, I use it like 24/7. So my electricity is going to be somewhere between the 3,000 and 4,000 a month. So we'll put up 4,000. Next, we've got food, incidentals, or anything to do with food related, I guess you can say. Now, whether that's dining in, dining out, cooking or whatnot. Now, it's safe to say an average meal here, if you were to dine out, would be around the 300 to 400 pesos, depending on what you order, but 300, 400 pesos should cover you. So if we do a quick math and we just go, right, we eat out every night of the week for while we're here in the month, so we're going to go, we'll average at 30 days a month, and we'll say 400 a month, okay? So we'll put that calculation there as well. Not that I know what that is off the top of my head. What's that? So, I don't know. It's there, all right? Next, you got things like your internet, your mobile phone. I don't know of anything else that's like a utility-wise. Water costs you nothing here because you barely use it, you know what I mean? You don't use it for drinking. You don't really use much of it at all, actually. So I think water might average out 200 or 300 pesos a month, so we won't even worry about that one. Internet, so I've got the local cable internet here, which for anybody that's overseas and is up to date with internet speeds, the speed of the internet here is ridiculously fast. In comparison to Australia, where I'm from, we might get 80 or 100, maybe even a little bit more megabits a second download. Over here, I'm getting about 400 megabits a second download. I get about 300 megabits a second upload. So crazy fast. For me anyway, that's crazy fast. If you wanted to go on a higher plan, you can get up to 1,000. Even I think it's 1.5 gigabyte, 1.5 gig a second. Stupid, but of course you're paying for it. Now the one I use, I pay 2,500 pesos a month for, so we'll chuck that in there. And I spend, I think it's about 500 pesos a month for my phone. All right, we'll put that up there, and that's a bit of data. Not much actually, I don't think, but mainly so I've got phone calls, but a little bit of data if I'm not at home, I can look up maps or whatever. Okay, so add all that up now. I'm sure there's something I probably missed. Incidentals I call like, toilet paper, toothpaste, your water bottle, your water bottle costs you nothing to fill up around here, but I don't even think 50 pesos, 100 pesos is worth even mentioning. Things like that it's too cheap to even sort of worry about. But they're your main costs. Your fuel even. I think it works out maybe 200 kilometers to a tank of fuel, or 180 kilometers to a tank of fuel out of my scooter. And when I fill it up, it costs me about 300 to 350 pesos. Now at the moment, I'm doing a lot of kilometers up and down the coast. So I'm probably filling up once a week. So maybe that's a cost that we should put in there. We'll say 350 once a week for fuel, and that is it. Yeah. So you add all that up together, we're sitting just over 36,500 pesos for a month, and obviously I'm not going to convert that in my head right now, but voila, that's what it is in AUD and what it is in USD per month. So that's your real cost breakdown. And look, there's going to be people out there that are living here on a budget. They're paying probably 3,000 to 5,000 for a room somewhere. They're cooking their own meals, spending 50 to 100 pesos a day. Of course, you can definitely do it cheaper, but of course you can definitely do it way more expensive as well. In a previous video, when I was looking for rentals, you can see that you can rent places in the Dumaguete to Zambongita area for anywhere from 30 to 50,000 a month. Significantly increases your cost of living for the month. And again, it just depends on what you're after, what your budget is as well. what your lifestyle is. You know, do you have a partner? Do you have a partner and kids? You know, is there more than one of you there? Like you've gone travelling and decided to live here for a year with a few mates, you know, so you might need a 3-bedroom house. You know, so your cost of living might be going up a little bit, but of course it's shit. I don't know, but those are the real costs. Those are my costs. You know, under 40,000 pesos a month. You know, which I think is extremely affordable to live here. We're not including anything else like this month. Of course, my first month of being here, I've had to buy furniture, so I've had to buy. Well, you'll see my pad once it's finished. I'll show you through the through the house, through the room really, because it is just one massive room. But you know, so I've been spending each month on furniture. Plus, I've been driving everywhere. I've been eating out every single day, 2 times a day. You know, I've said this before, I'm not much of a cook. You know, I haven't even bought myself a gas cooker yet, so I can even boil up some rice at home. So at the moment, everything's either been eating out or the local grab. You know, I'll order something from a restaurant and I'll get a bloke on a scooter to drive it around to me. Generally speaking, those ones there cost me about 400 to 500 pesos. So, look, it is, again, I say it is affordable, but it comes down to, you know, what your lifestyle is. You got to remember, there's people in the Philippines that they work 6 to 7 days a week, and they're bringing home 15 to 20,000 pesos. So me saying, you know, mid 30s, like 36 plus thousand pesos, and I haven't done anything yet. You know, I haven't spent anything on going on a tour or going snorkeling where you got to pay for a guide or something like that. You know, of course, local Filipino people will look at me and say, "You're crazy. We can spend, less than half of that amount and live comfortably." I know. Okay, I guess being a Westerner, where I've been used to a certain way of life, so my budget and what I'm spending my money on, is probably a bit over the top. But at the moment, I can afford to. It still leaves me a good chunk of change there to go out and experience, all the Philippines, travel. Well, at least until I've finished furnishing my house. Like at the moment, I stick to a budget where I go, right, this month I'll buy 2 pieces of furniture. I'll go exploring and see what's in the local area, and whatever small bit of content I can bring you guys at the moment before I go off to islands and chasing waterfalls and things like that. I'm doing my best here to keep you guys up to date. But at the moment, it's mainly focusing on some furniture. Once my place is finished, then I'll have more than double what I keep every month as savings to go. Go to Sikihor or go over to Apu Island or over to Cebu, or heck, even fly over to Palawan for a few days. So I'm excited to do those things. I can't wait to do those things. But at the moment, sticking to a budget, and I hope this budget does help you guys that are thinking of moving here, at least from Australia or the States. Again, I'm not doing it super cost effective, but I'm not doing it lavish either for what we would know as lavish. All right, so hope you enjoy. Hope this does help you guys, and look forward to seeing you when you get here if you're moving over. All right, take it easy. Peace.